Good morning, seniors. Mr. Weber here. I know you're excited to hear my voice and hear all about what the counseling office has to offer. Hopefully, your start of the senior year has started off great. I just wanted to take a few minutes, I'm not going to take too much time, just to remind you of some of the things that you have access to. I know that we have started doing senior meetings. If you have not signed up for a senior meeting yet with me, which is required to make sure you're on par to graduate, you got to check your email. I'll resend a link out today with that information if you have not signed up. Many of you have signed up. We've already begun some of those. I do want to share a few things with you today as senior resources. So please just sit tight here. So the main thing I want to show is obviously our Cascade website. I've shared this with a few people as we've started our senior meetings. Underneath the student section here, there's the counseling office website. Clicking on that is a great way to find a lot of information that you may need as you begin to transition into life after high school. Obviously, many of you are thinking about what you want to do after school, whether it's college or going into the workforce or some other kind of apprenticeship program. We have information about some of these things in here. We have information about scholarships, senior scholars, silver cord. We have the student handbook if you want to see daily schedule. All that kind of junk is right in here. And same thing is under the links is great information about words that you may not know of. We obviously know ACT test information, but FAFSA, which we'll talk about at our senior meeting, but that's free application for federal student aid. There's FAFSA events and things coming up here. Iowa College Access Network, eligibility for NCAA. If you're planning to be an athlete of a school that is part of the NCAA, then you need to fill out eligibility for that. So I will try to make sure I connect with those students as I hear about them. We also have information about PSAT. You guys probably have already taken that, but if you want to take the SAT, you could do that again. Senior information, scholarship. So senior information, we're clicking on that one. Let's start. So this is a lot of stuff here just geared towards seniors, right? About information on what you need to do for if you're applying to the Regent schools, UNI, Iowa, Iowa State, senior athletes. This is the NCAA thing. Males registering for selective service. If you turn 18 or when you turn 18, you've got to register for selective services within the 30 days of turning 18. That's a law. So you can do that right here on this website here. You can also do it when you get your ID. So these are just like things on this website that are really good for you to have access to. A lot of good stuff. I'm going to go back and show you the scholarships. No matter where you're going, college, apprenticeship programs, maybe even in the workforce, there are scholarships that are out there. Scholarships can be applied to housing, to books, to actually paying for school. So it takes a little bit of time to dig through and find a scholarship that's right for you, but there is a lot. Now, all the ones on this scholarship application page here are really geared towards local scholarships in our area, and they don't get updated until about January. So right now, Kara hasn't really updated some of these things from last year, and that's just because we haven't got new information yet. So you'll see lots of reds, maybe some greens here. Green meaning go, you can apply, but some of them are outdated just because they're not updated yet until January 1. So January 1, when we have lots of scholarships. So be on the lookout for that. Under Senior Scholar, if you're interested in Senior Scholar, there's information here about that. What your GPA needs to be, what ACT tests you have to have. Now, if you took the ACT test, the main ACT test, and your scores were not all here, we also look at the ACT test that we give at school here to fit some of these benchmarks. So you may be able to make it based off of that. Also, you have to do the 120 hours for Silver Cord to be a part of the Senior Scholar. Ask questions if you have any. Please pop in. Silver Cord, if you still are working on getting your hours in, you can add them in. If I'm looking here, the reporting hours right here on the side here, once you click on Silver Cord program. So lots of information there, but Steph updates that pretty regularly once you get your information in. Going back to the counseling office, there's a lot of good stuff still listed here, so please just take a little bit of time to go through here. I know it's not always ideal to get on a website and look at it, but that's what this is designed for. ACT testing dates, some of you may be wanting to take it. Here they are coming up. July would be, you know, you'd probably be late if you're doing it in July. So if you guys are signing up October 22nd, December, February would be good times to get your ACT in if you could do that. Okay, so counseling office, what else it has for you guys is a lot of resources within our building. If you're not sure what schools you want to go to, or if you're looking at military or maybe apprenticeship programs, we have pamphlets and flyers in here. I'm going to insert a picture that shows kind of our table that has files where we'll update scholarships, and then also just our file folder on the wall here that has lots of different forms for you to have if you'd like, you know, transcript request form if you need a transcript sent somewhere. That's where that's at. Other parts of the counseling office resources for you, any kind of support you need, social, emotional. I'm always available to chat. Mrs. Faust, Laura Faust, is available if you ever need to talk to someone and you don't feel comfortable talking to me and you feel comfortable talking to maybe a female or something like that. She's available. Might have to schedule something with her as she's in our building part of the time. Steph is a wealth of knowledge. Steph has a lot of knowledge about colleges and just like what's beyond school here and how to apply and how to do things. So she's just as good as I am. You can get her information from her if I'm not around. If you need any assistance outside of like home life, things that are just going on, come into the counseling office. We're here to help as much as we can, and we don't really know unless you come and tell us what's going on in your life. Like, you know, we're not trying to pry in there and get involved. So if you need help or you're not sure to go talk to somebody, like, we are a confidential place. My office is bound by confidentiality, so what we talk about stays in my office unless, you know, there's a danger of hurting yourself, hurting somebody, or somebody else is in danger. Then we have to report to keep people safe. But for the most part, everything that we talk about in my office stays there. So it's meant to be a trusting place, hopefully, and hopefully it is for you guys. It feels that way. So that's just a quick rundown on the counseling services, counseling resources for you throughout the school year. You will hear from me. We'll get together as a senior class at times to do some fill up paperwork, cap and gown stuff. That's going to be coming up here soon. I do have a request for you to sign up to the senior class 2023 Remind app. This is a way that I will communicate with you about upcoming things. So I'm going to insert that code right here. So please add this to your phone. Text this number or this code to this text number here, and then we'll get you signed up on the Remind app so I can communicate with you. Please keep in mind some college visits are coming right now, and we're getting lots of careers to come in also. So if you're thinking the workforce, come out and listen to what they have. We have an office TV that's ticking constantly with updated things. Also, we're trying to put things in the announcements on those screens. So just try to take a second to look. If you have questions, just pop in. All right. Take care, seniors.